Welcome back, my name is Steve and thank you for joining me on my photography journey. Today I want to give you a bit of a warning about what can happen if you're not careful about backing things up and what you can do to actually give yourself the best chance to avoid any serious problems. This is one of my Western Digital 2TB external hard disk drives. This is another one. And what's the difference between them? Well, for one thing, this is my Time Machine backup from my Mac Mini, and this one is my backup of my photos and videos. There's no easy way to tell them apart, well, except for the labels on them, of course. But there is another way. One of them, my backup one, has stopped working. Has this actually happened to you as well? Let me know in the comments. It'd be interesting to see how often something like this actually happens. Personally, this is the first time that I've had any kind of drive failure. So nothing unusual happened to it. I didn't drop it. I didn't pull it out while it was working. Just one day I plugged it into my computer to do another backup and nothing happened. So obviously I have tried different cables, I've tried it in different computers, but no luck at all. So this thing is well and truly dead now, which leaves me in the position of not being able to access the backups of some of my most important files, my photos and my videos. So what do I actually have on here when I say that these are some of my most important files? So to this drive, I've been backing up my Lightroom catalog file, as well as all the pictures themselves. I do this frequently, so even if I decide to actually delete images from Lightroom and then select that delete from disk option, I still have them tucked away somewhere in case I suddenly change my mind or want to use them for something. The other thing I save is a backup of my YouTube videos. I have all of my B-roll and other assets like music and graphics and things like that, the DaVinci Resolve project files, and yes, some of the final videos as well. So as you can see, there's 709 gigabytes of data for that side of things. And then this other 241 gigabytes is a backup of all the files I have stored in iCloud. So receipts, documents, PDFs of instruction books and things like that. General life stuff, really. So in total, there's about a terabyte's worth of data on this drive that I can't access. So why am I not more concerned about this? Luckily, these are not actually the originals of my photos and videos. They are stored on these Samsung SSDs. I've got one for photos, one for videos. And also, this is not my only backup. I use a service from a company called Backblaze, and it's an online backup system, basically. So my data is with them. And that means that if something does happen to this, like it has, then I should be able to get a copy of everything that I've got saved with them, download it and restore onto a new drive. Let's go through that process now. Actually, it's probably better to start with how I back them up in the first place. So the process is relatively straightforward, it's user-friendly, so it's nice and easy for me to do. Let's go to backblaze.com. where you can sign up for the plan that you want. I use this one. This is the backup option, which is just under $100 per year per computer. And this includes any drives that you actually connect to it. So my SSDs, my HDDs, but it doesn't include network drives. So as long as I plug these in at least once a month, then they will continue to be backed up. Any new changes to them will be backed up. But obviously, the longer I leave it, the more risk there is that something won't be backed up in that time and I'll end up losing something. I install a little app on my computer. I can then choose the drives that I want to back up from the preferences section. Then if I have a problem with anything, I can come onto their website. I can see the files, my files, and I can then choose what I want to restore and how I want to restore it. What's quite nice is that they have different options for getting that data back. So I can choose whether I want to restore all of it or just some of it. And then I can either just download it myself onto my own disk, so a new one of these maybe, or I can have them send it to me on their own disk, which costs something, but if I send that disc back to them, I get a refund on that, which is quite nice. My internet connection is pretty fast, so I'm just going to download the information that I want to save onto a new disk. So I can choose what files I want to restore, not just have to download all of them at once, which is quite nice. I'll just go through this list of files and see what I actually want to save. It's kind of a nice spring cleaning process, to be honest. Then I can just download that data, put it onto a new external drive. Any suggestions on what external drive would be quite useful? I certainly don't want this to happen again. So tell me in the comments if you've got any particular suggestions for that. So what lesson have I learned here? And I guess it's also a lesson that I'm sharing with you so that you can learn from my mistakes, not from your own. And to be honest, I'm more pleased than ever that I use a service like Backblaze. They make it easy to do. So I just need to plug things into my computer and then I know I have another copy of things. So if this breaks, I can replace the data on it. If for some reason their system breaks, then I can replace it with this. So the chances of them both breaking at once is a lot smaller than just the originals breaking. So I've got things in three places, really. I've got the originals, I've got my backup, and I've got the cloud backup. So it means my data is as safe as I can possibly get it. In terms of being backed up, data security, cyber security, that's a whole different story, but there's nothing too much on there. It's photos and videos in the majority of things. So basically the lesson is back up your data, and ideally have it in more than one place. So if there is ever a problem, then you can reduce the stress, the inconvenience of that situation. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe and back up your data. I'll see you again next week on my photography journey. So have a great week and I'll see you then. Bye.